This show contains adult content. I'd like to extend a warm thank you to Ariel Weiss, Suzanne Hagen, along with all of our other patrons for supporting us. You can find our Patreon page at patreon.com/soundslikeCrows. Savage Worlds and Deadlands Reloaded are owned by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All music on the show is written and performed by Rudy Zuniga or Levi Rojas. I'd like to extend a personal invitation to each and every one of you to join myself and a few members of this community in our Blood Bowl 2 League. If you don't know what Blood Bowl is, go ahead and look up some gameplay videos of it. We're on the PC version. It's a adaptation of a board game made over a little over 30 years ago. The short pitch is American football, where fantasy races like elves and dwarves and undead fight each other in this game where murder is legal. You level up your teams over time, your players can die, and currently we are about to start our third season in Blood Bowl 2. So if you're interested in joining us on our third season of Blood Bowl 2, contact us within the next week or two. You either can contact us on our website or tweet at me at Marshall Caleb. With all that out of the way, welcome back to the Weird West.
I'm picturing a close tracking shot behind the two of them, sort of a steady cam as they purposefully but carefully weave their way through the crowd and into this tunnel that they know leads towards like the office areas. The first time that Abel sees a guard who is armed, who is somewhat alone, is that a reasonable thing to assume might come across?
Yeah. Yep.
He starts to steer himself towards him, and then at the last moment just rushes and tries to stab him in the throat with a knife.
Make a fighting roll. With an improvised weapon, I don't think it affects your attack roll, but the damage would just be a d4 plus your strength.
5.
Exactly as Perry. You're good.
Never done a melee attack in this game. Oh, that's beautiful. 10.
It's not true. You punched Harper.
That's true.
Yeah, he's dead.
So Abel rushes him. One hand, forearm, hits him across the chest and pushes him against the wall, while the other hand just buries the knife in his throat, so he dies with a quiet gurgle. As the man slumps towards the ground, Abel reaches down and grabs the shotgun that fell from his limp fingers to the floor.
As you grab it, two members of the Upright Gang, drawn by the flurry of gunfire, turn a corner and see you taking a shotgun off their dead friend. And we're going to deal initiative for this small scene here in the hallway. Thaddeus, you go first.
How far away are these ones?
They are about 12 yards away from you.
Well, I think Thaddeus is going to have to try to burst through the closest door that's to him. He can't really engage these dudes just yet.
I think you come into one of the rooms that you've seen before. Is one of the first rooms you scouted. As you kind of burst through the door, there's the heavy sound of machinery in here, as it's sort of a workspace, a workshop for the new sciences, for weird science.
Ooh.
So there's storage of ghost rock in here. There's a few members of the congregation that are experimenting with stuff, and then there's probably a few people that are kind of like lazily walking around that haven't heard the gunshots because of the loudness of the room.
Thaddeus is in this room. I think what he's going to do is he's going to eye some large piece of machinery, and he's going to reach out from it, and in the light, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's an iridescent shimmer around his left hand as he reaches for it, and you can see almost a ghostly image of a hand of cards as he reaches out and tries to cast telekinesis on one of these heavy, like a giant wrench or some weird mad science thing they're doing.
Yeah.
Do believe I succeed.
Okay, cool.
And I can lift 10 times my spirit, so 60 pounds.
Okay.
So I think it's probably just like a really big wrench. I don't know that I would even know what this mad science device thing is, but it looks heavy.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And so he reaches out for it, and there's almost a bit of an aura that sort of encases it, and there's this like dark, shadowy fog to it with that same sort of iridescent shimmer that Thaddeus has had with all of his spells. And it starts lifting up off the ground, and sort of pulls it towards him. I don't think there's anything he can do with it this turn, but he'll be using it soon.
The two people in here that are combat ready are very surprised by you coming in and just a wrench floating in front of them with this. So they're moving towards their weapons, but they won't be able to do anything this round. Abel, your turn.
Abel looks up with shotgun in hand as these two guys turn the corner. He hopes Harper is close behind him because he's just going to shoot at these guys. And depending if it's a double barrel, I can rate of fire 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool with me.
Rate of fire 2 just means I make 2 shooting rolls?
Yeah, with 1 wild die.
Got it. Oh, thank God for big numbers. 4 and 6. Shotgun gives a +2 on shooting rolls, so that's a 6 and an 8.
Hell yeah. So 3d6 on one, 4d6 on the other.
Correct.
Yikes.
First guy blows up.
It's 9 to kill him.
13 on the first with the 3d6. I'm rolling the 4d6 now. Blow up to 9. 19, 20 with the blow up. Abel sweeps up the shotgun almost from a kneeling position as these two guys come around the corner. Even while they're fumbling for their guns, just fires off, boom, cock, boom, both barrels of this shotgun, and it knocks them back off their feet onto the ground.
They're done, so their turn's over, and then I think at this point we're going to deal everyone into initiative except for Lucky. Old Boot gets a 7 of clubs. Thaddeus gets a 6 of spades. Ooh, very good. Ellis, you get a Queen of Hearts. Abel, you get a Joker.
Oh, that was close.
Nice.
Hey, Benny's
Everybody gets a Benny.
That was really fucking
What's
close.
my Benny? What's my Benny?
That was close.
Harper, 7 of hearts. The Morbo gets 9 of diamonds, and the mobs get a 10 of diamonds. Abel, you want to go first, or do you want to let Ellis go for it?
Let's let Ellis go.
So Ellis, it's a state of not yet chaos. Enough time has not passed for everyone to understand what's happening, but everyone that's close enough to you where you've managed to just shrug off the horror of this thing. People are either just standing there in panic, some of them have just immediately started to run or vomit. No one has managed to fire at this thing at all so far.
I kind of want to see what happens with that first, because I don't know how this is going to react to getting fired upon by people. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. There are people converging on it. I'm going to roll 2d6. There's 7 more guards converging on it.
In that case, do I know where Lucky's being held at this point?
Yeah, you would know he's being held where the rest of your brothers ran, into the right instead of to the left where the holding cells are.
I'm going to go that way then. I guess I'll use my action to run then. Yeah, I
One.
can run. Yeah.
So you will leave
Squares.
the chaos of this room behind. Abel, you want to go next, or you want to let bad guys go?
Do we have any visible here?
No, not as of yet. I think you do hear some more footsteps. I'm going to roll for that. I don't know how you know this, Abel. You hear the footsteps of 4 more people that will arrive after this round is over, coming from deeper within this network of tunnels.
Do I know Thaddeus has people in the room with him?
You could probably peek in there and find out that information, yeah.
Abel's kind of stuck just a little bit out in the open, but I'll take my time to scoop any remaining shotgun shells I can off this first body and then step into the cover of the doorway that Thaddeus went in, so at least I'm sheltered from folks running up and down the hallway. Still not quite sure what's going on inside that room.
I guess moving on to the guards. 2 of them grab pistols from various areas in this room, and they shoot at the goddamn huckster in the room with them. That's 1 normal hit. Man, this is going to be bad dice sounds. That's a 10 into a 16 into a 20 damage shot.
It's a 20 damage shot.
Yeah, I think since you roll a 20 damage shot, we should probably describe this guy. He's a kid. Maybe like 16. He's got a tight-fitting cowboy hat on. He's got a black vest over a white button-up shirt. He lunges at the desk, pulls it up. We get a wanted-style shot of that bullet flying through the air past all this machinery and screaming souls. 20 damage. What do you got, Thaddeus?
Well, my toughness is an 8.
That's really high,
Yeah.
actually.
That is
Yeah.
really
No. Just
Shocking.
kidding. It's a 6.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
That's much
I was-
worse.
I was
Yeah,
looking-
that's
much
high.
worse, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 would have been better.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
If I had cast armor instead of telekinesis, that might have been what I had.
Oh,
but
telekinesis doesn't increase your toughness?
sure doesn't.
So you're
Bullshit.
gonna soak, obviously, but if you fail the soak roll, you're going into incapacitation. If you roll snake eyes,
Yeah.
just to set the stakes for the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah,
Okay.
well-
you want to give me a Benny?
My
No, he's gonna
no,
take
I don't
it.
want to give you a Benny.
He's going to take it.
But
Benny's
you can
badass.
have it. So I got a D8 for my vigor.
Look at that. Blowing up the 8.
Fine.
8 blew up into a 10. So that's 2 of them.
There you go.
Well,
Take
it doesn't
one.
sound nearly as bad.
Yeah, I think that's right. Take one.
Yeah, what's the big deal with that, Ian?
Yeah, what's the big deal? It's just
No, it's
one
cool.
wound that you spent, a week getting rid of.
Hey, I didn't have any before. I was dope.
I think it's a grazing arm shot.
Because he picked up this weird heavy object, he's sort of got it on the left side of his body. And so it sort of wings him probably just below his right elbow.
There's maybe a faltering moment of like the telekinesis kind of failing on the wrench, and then you hold it back together.
Yeah. Yeah, with a wince of pain, he does it.
Isaac, 4 more you're in cover from them now, but 2 of them take up posts at the corner as they see their dead friends gunned down by shotguns, and the other 2 move past the corner sort of towards you, but they're probably still about 8 yards away from you. Behind you, Ellis, as you run into this hallway, you take a look at Morbo as these people unload with their guns. Of the 7 of them, they're all making fear rolls. All 7 of them fail their fear rolls. All of them move into line of sight at this guy. You look behind you, and you're only getting a distant shot of this, but a close-up shot is his needle-like fingers extending from this hand that's a little too large and a little too skinny, with the light of the dusk reflecting off his sticky skin. His hand barely moves as just 2 fingers go into a man's gut, and then almost like scissors opening, split him apart on the ground. And then his hungry eyes move up towards the 7. Some of them do manage to fire at him with no effect, but all 7 of them are panicked, joining the other 10 locked in fear. Morbo goes, I would normally in this scenario roll out his stuff so you could see how fucked
Yeah,
the
I
mechanics.
wanted to see how fucked he was.
But I think just to put it in perspective, he's going to roll a d10 and he's going to kill that many members of the Upright Gang.
Whoopsies. I think I might have messed this one up, boys.
There's almost a eerie silence as he'll take a single step, a single sloppy, wet step, and then disappear and appear next to a person holding a gun. And then he just appears with his hand already inside of the living person, and his fingers split apart at such a rate that the body gets torn apart as body parts and guts and blood are sent flying 20 feet across the room. Harper, it's your turn.
So Harper has been running towards Abel and Thaddeus, I think. Turns the corner down the hallway. I think he can see Abel poking his head out of the door, and he just starts sprinting towards Abel to try to get into the room with his brothers.
You'd make a 2 to make it to the doorway, 3 to make it in.
Do you roll running with the wild die?
No.
Did it.
So you can make it into the doorway.
Yeah, and seeing Harper sprint with his new prosthetic is kind of an ugly sight. I think the first few steps he takes as he's running, it's kind of flopping around, and it doesn't look graceful at all. He kind of ends up having to chicken wing it against his body, just holding the prosthetic, and it's still kind of making a bunch of rattling noises as the cord kind of bounces around as he sprints down the hallway and just kind of makes his way into the room.
There's a cut to the scared eyes of Old Boot as he looks at Morbo eviscerate these men. He's going to make a fear roll.
Swear to God, if Old Boot dies right now because of
Old
this shit.
Boot has 6 grit.
Old Boot has 6 grit.
I knew he did.
He blew up his D10 into a 16. So
Oh my God.
he's fine.
Oh my God.
Old Boot is enthralled by this. He is.
Old Boot made this thing.
Old Boot is going to run towards his ship, and he's got a D10 running die.
Jesus,
Ooh,
he's
he's
fast
fast,
as fuck.
He's got an edge called Old Boot's a fast son of a bitch.
Is he really?
It's just an edge called fast son of a bitch. He rolls an 8. He sprints onto his boat, and then we cut to Thaddeus.
Leave him
So wait,
without us.
Old Boot's faster than Ellis and Harper?
Correct.
Much
Correct.
faster.
He's a
He's
fast
got
son
a
of a
history.
bitch.
He's got a vast history.
Well, he
okay?
hasn't
If you
showed
would have
much of it.
hung out with him a little bit on his ship back in
Yeah, I guess I,
Inclination,
I
You'd
guess
be
I
less
really missed
surprised.
out on that
you
one.
would know his story.
It's fucked up is what that is. I think I'm going to be risky. I'm going to go ahead and take the multi-action penalty and try to make 2 strikes with this large mechanical thing I've got
All right.
telekinetically. 5. And 9 to hit.
So one of them is success, one success with a race.
Then
And this is against a 16-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A young
younger.
16-year-old.
Much younger.
A defenseless young boy that you're about to bludgeon with your death magic.
Nope. Somebody took a shot at Thaddeus. They are not defenseless.
He's scared, dude.
5 damage to
Okay,
the
he's
first.
shaken.
6 damage to the second.
Shaken as well.
As he swings it across the both of them. And I think he'll just move out of the doorway so that he's not taking shots from those kids anymore.
So this new science wrench slams 2 of them across the face. You still have enough movement, FYI, but as you move out into the hallway, you see that 4 people have set up posts further in to the tunnel.
Would I not just like bar him out? Like just throw a quick hand across like him to be like, nope, there's people outside.
Oh man! So there's like this little traffic jam as Harper's trying to get into the door. Is that he's just trying to get out of the door, and Abel's trying to stop him from getting out of the door.
Yeah.
So we sort of just lock up at the doorway, I think.
Before we deal this next round of initiative, Lucky, you're in your cell and you hear muffled gunfire from within the compound. You roll over in the cell. That old man is still sleeping in the corner, but the father stood up and he's moved towards the door. He hasn't opened it yet, but he moves towards it and kind of puts his hand on the doorknob and then thinks better of it and moves to his desk and starts to wrestle for a gun.
Lucky places his body against the jail cell. Scared, huh? You know what's out there.
The Lord has a plan for all of us.
See how that turns out for you, buddy.
He looks up at you with a little hate in his eyes, and then it sort of fades away. Whatever happens, you'll survive.
Yeah, you're right. I will survive. Definitely can't say the same for you, unfortunately. Or fortunate, really.
Luck has a way of finding its way to the faithful. He reaches inside of his desk, and he pulls out the familiar sight of your 5-chambered pistol, lady. And then we deal initiative. Old Boot gets a 9 of clubs. Thaddeus gets 4 hearts. Ellis gets a queen of diamonds. Abel gets a 4 diamonds. Lucky gets a 6 of hearts, which we're just going to do the father on as well. Harper, you get an ace of spades.
Ace of spades!
Oh, yeah.
Thaddeus, do you want to give Harper a +2 on his shooting rolls this round?
That's a long hallway, isn't it?
It's a decent hallway. I mean, it's only...
More than 30 feet, though, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give Harper those +2s.
I'm going to write down the ace of spades, even though it's already in there.
Well,
I
do you
think.
want to write down the 6 of spades I had from last round?
Yeah, sure. That sounds fair.
I
Thanks.
mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to add numbers, you might as well add ones I don't already have.
Yeah.
right?
That's fair. That's fair. You don't know what it's
Smart.
for anyway.
Real
yeah.
smart.
Yeah, that's smart.
Good
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. And then the guards get an 8 of spades. First up, Harper.
So Harper turns into this room. He sees 2 people get bludgeoned with a floating wrench, and they're both armed. His first thought is to secure this room. So he's going to move a little further into the room,
Push past Thaddeus.
push past Thaddeus, push past Abel, and then kind of move into a position of cover, and then I'm going to take a shot at each one of those guys. In his downtime, Harper's got himself a new edge, rapid fire.
Ooh.
Makes sense. He was practicing with all the...
Mondrian.
Yeah,
He had that edge.
In the mines.
Well, in his lack of accuracy, he's just kind of adopted the more bullet tactic. He's just gonna fire off a bunch of rounds. God damn it! 2 misses and a hit with a raise.
Don't you have a +2 this turn because he wrote down the
Oh
spades?
my! So now I have 2 hits. 5 damage to somebody who's already shaken.
Dead?
Same.
Man, you really killed that kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
So Harper takes cover behind this thing, and
There's
he just,
like machinery.
There's machinery. There's all kinds of stuff moving around in here, making noise. They're kind of recovering from getting smacked in the head, and Harper just kind of fires off 2 shots, like with just reckless abandon. Just takes one like dead center in the chest, and the one like I think in the throat. It's got to be the kid who gets shot in the throat, right?
Yeah, and you haven't fired a gun in a while now, but when you hold it, you just have this strength in your arm, just a perfect straight-armed grip.
Just feels good. He fires off those 2 shots. He turns back over to Abel and Thaddeus. You boys ready to raise some hell?
Yeah, let's get him, Harper.
Yeah, let's murder more kids.
Abel's got a big grin on his face as he turns out into the hallway to shoot more.
You guys are no longer. You guys. This is yeah. Okay, Ellis, you're up.
All right, I guess I'm gonna keep running. How far am I?
You can make it.
Okay, so I can enter the room without having to do a running dice?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
correct.
I hear the gunshots. I follow the gunshots. I walk in the door just in time to see Harper my brother, my own flesh and blood, murdered this 16-year-old child.
15-year-old.
Murder's a strong word.
Gun down.
All right, gun
in their
down.
prime.
Yes, gun down this.
Hey, listen, you can take it however you want, buddy.
This is my turn. I'm making the descriptions, okay?
Wait till your turn, Harper. Come on. You had your chance.
I see all of them in here, though, right? We're just missing Lucky.
Yeah.
This is bad, boys. We better find Lucky quick.
What,
Yep.
aren't things going according to plan?
This thing's substantially worse than I thought it was gonna be, Thaddeus.
What thing?
Good.
That thing from the ship. I told you about this, didn't I?
You
The cell,
motherfucker.
I detailed this whole plan out to you 2 nights ago, Abel. This entire thing.
Abel doesn't give a
I
shit.
thought we'd have a little bit more space. I didn't realize you were bringing it too.
Where else would I bring it? I didn't know what it was gonna do once it got here.
Fine. Well,
It's
then
not
let's.
like I can control it. But we gotta get Lucky.
Okay, it's Old Boots' turn, but here's Old Boots' problem.
Uh-oh.
There's gunfire going on, but there's still the people that are guarding the entrance, and they really haven't moved yet. So we cut to Old Boot, and he's kind of peeking up over the sides of his ship, and he's
Like a croc.
Oh,
Don't worry,
Boots,
don't
a sneaky son of a
Old
bitch.
Boot has a D12
Yeah,
and
he's
stealth.
It feels
fine.
weird because I purposely never make NPCs like this, so it feels strange to have one.
It feels very strange on our end, too. You're right.
So he peeks over the edge, he looks at these guys. So he's going to make a stealth roll, and what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to get everything ready so that he can just start it up at a moment's notice. Old Boot rolled a D10 and a D6, and he rolled a 1 on his D10 and a 2 on his D6. However, Old Boot has an edge called Sneaky Son of a Bitch.
Yeah.
Where
Boots is
he
sneaky
can
son of a
re-roll
bitch.
this. He
One
can
time?
re-roll this one time
And he failed.
into 2s.
Oh.
No,
Well,
into 2s.
It was a 2.
So he moves to fire it up, and instead of getting everything ready, he accidentally turns the boat on. And the guards guarding the entrance kind of turn towards him with what the hell sort of looks on their faces. Speaking of which, it's their turn. They're far enough away from Morbo that I don't think they have to make fear rolls yet. He's not too big to them at this moment, so they see Old Boot getting on his ship, and they open fire.
What if they just gun down? I'm gonna get it, boys.
Is
And
he
then
on
he just gets gunned to death right
Is he
now.
on the deck of...
He's on his ship, his
ship's
boat. He's got +2 from cover. One of them blows up into a 7, so 1 hits.
Oh, no.
1 hits, no raise on Old Boot.
Dang, he's not even a wild card. He dies instantly.
And they rolled 2 1s on their damage.
Dang, look at that.
So there's just a ping above Old Boot's head as he fires up this thing, and they're moving in on him. They're gonna
Listen,
come after him.
Old Boot have an edge where if someone makes a shooting roll against him and they roll 1 on their shooting die, regardless of the wild die, they blow up. Their heads blow up.
Ooh, that would be good. That'd be good, but they don't. We're gonna roll 2d6 for more guards attracted to the area. 7 guards, and then the 4 gang members that are in the tunnel the boys are in start opening up fire. So who's in the doorway? Just Abel?
Abel.
Cool. Is this a +2 or a +4 scenario for cover?
I think it's +4
So
because
against total cover.
he's
Yeah.
with his
And
backup
I
again.
have dodge, so they're subtracting another 1, so it's essentially +5.
5.
Wow.
So they're rolling
okay.
against 9.
All fails. They fire down the hallway, and I think one of them can be in full cover, one of them can be in half cover, and 2 of them have no cover in order to get shots on you. There's sort of a T intersection where it splits, and more start to run, but they're not here this turn. Okay. Lucky, do you want to do anything? He's getting his gun ready. He's moving towards the door. He's just sort of waiting.
Hey. You're not going to leave without letting me watch your death, are you? Can I roll like a persuasion or a taunt or something?
Oh, yeah, you want to... Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, roll the taunt, opposed by his smarts. This is his thing. He blew up a 6 to a 9 total.
3.
It's in God's hands now. Thaddeus, you're up.
As the magic fades, Thaddeus is going to grab hold of the wrench and run over to these kids to see about getting a hold of some ammunition for his brothers.
Yeah, you can grab ammo, no problem.
So he's going to pull up a whole bunch of it and then use the rest of his movement to get back to his brothers.
Abel?
Everybody in the room with us is dead, right?
Yes.
Looking out into the hall over my shoulder, we're looking up at a T intersection
Yeah.
with 4 guards.
Yep, lined up on the left, and some more coming from the right of the T intersection.
Now we need to push through them to get to Lucky and the armory, right?
Yeah.
Great. We have a Morbo Mimosa behind us, and these assholes in front of us. Well, I guess I'm gonna shoot. Are they close enough? What's the range with shotgun? Are they close enough? 12, 24?
Yeah, they're at 8, I think.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to shoot 2 of them again then with this shotgun here. 5 on both rolls.
Okay, yeah, 2 hits.
15 damage.
Yep,
Second one is 10.
dead as well.
Abel fires 2 rounds out of the shotgun down the hallway, and then looks over his shoulder into the room. Who's reaching for those pistols? And he just kind of hollers out, "Hey, make sure and grab the belts. We're gonna need all the ammo we can for these bitches."
Yeah, I'm on it.
Old Boot gets a 6 of diamonds. Thaddeus gets a 7 of spades. Ellis gets a joker.
No, son of a bitch.
Well,
Are you serious?
You don't care that much, right?
Are you serious right now?
End of episode. I'm just kidding. I'm
This
just kidding.
happens way too often.
That's hilarious, dude.
Give me that, Benny.
What does way you guys play here?
Hey, I know we're helping your brother escape, but can I eat some people?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what Weichuge is.
Without
What
the
the fuck
Morbo
are you talking
Mimosa,
about, Wade?
that's exactly what we thought the play was. We were just going to have Weichuge show up and eat a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That would have taken
What's your
way
spirit?
too long. He has a D12 plus 2. Caleb.
Okay.
Yes.
He got a 4.
I have a chance.
And do you still have 1 Dominion?
3 Dominion right now.
Okay, cool.
We never did look this up, Caleb. We keep on forgetting to look it up if I get
Just
to
roll
plus
it,
2.
I guess, and we'll see if it's close. It's
It's
exactly.
very close.
I think that how we've ruled it in the past is you're the active player, you're the active character, you're the one in control, so you get the plus 2.
All right, then I
You're plus 2.
beat him then
You're in
unless
control.
you're using some bennies again.
Nope, that's fine.
What's he say?
For this Joker, he says, no one would even notice with that thing behind us.
Right now, are you serious?
Fine, but after. At least on the way out.
When the time is right.
At least on the way
Yeah,
out.
we'll see.
Abel, you get a 6 of spades. Harper, get an ace of clubs this time around.
Whoa.
And everybody else gets a 2 of clubs. Alice, you want to go first?
Sure.
There are 4 people at the T intersection.
Not for long. And how far do I have to travel to actually reach them?
8.
8. So I have to get a 2 on my running dice. I'm going to try that. At the beginning of my turn, I have to choose to unghost because I was ghosted. So I'm just going to run in there. So if
All
this
right.
goes badly, uh-oh. Okay, I got 3.
You break out of the room. You run towards him as like a couple are reloading. A few bullets slam down on the ground behind you.
I'm going to wild attack him. -2 from running, right? Multi-action. +2 from the Joker. +2 from wild attack. +2 from them unarmed. So this is a +4. I got an 8 and a 12.
2 hits with raises.
12 damage to one guy.
Dead.
11.
Dead. Cool.
And then Wing Chun. That's where the raise.
Another one bites the dust.
What are they hiding behind?
Only one left. They were just hiding behind the corner of the wall. So as soon as you make it over there, they're just
I
completely.
think maybe they're behind the corner of the wall reloading or something, or
Yeah.
taking cover. I run the first guy I see. I just kind of grab I want to kill these guys.
Yeah.
Let's make that apparent right now. First guy, I just grab his head, just smashing in the wall.
Yeah, another corner.
Yeah,
Just
turn
cave
the
his
other
skull
guy
in.
real fast, just upward jabs to like the bottom of his chin to try and separate like his skull from his neck.
Which it does.
And then the other guy, I roundhouse kick him,
Snap his neck too.
and it just snaps his neck.
Harper, you're up.
Harper is he's in the doorway. He's moved just a little bit out to get a shot on the last dude. I think as Ellis comes around the corner and just starts massacring this group, the one last remaining guy like takes a few steps back, like putting him like just out in the open, and Harper's just going to take a shot at that guy. I'm going to use rapid fire, which I needed. That's a hit with a raise.
Dead.
11. Yeah, this guy just kind of is like walking backwards, getting ready to shoot at Ellis, and then just a bullet comes flying through and takes him like from like the left side of his rib cage and just like blows out the right side, and he just drops to the ground.
Do you move up with your brother, or you stay in the cover of the room?
No, I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna get ready to start reloading on my next turn.
You look back into the main cavernous space behind you, and pretty much everyone is just panicked. Even the people in here, they're just running either into the living quarters or into the garden. And there are some people coming towards the hallway you're in, but they're all running in fear. Thaddeus.
I've been reading that book recently, right? And it gives me this ability, this trick of mine. I could do a reload, which would allow me to transfer fresh cartridges that I just picked up off the ground into a weapon. And all I got to do is touch it.
What?
I'm thinking,
Why not just put the bullets in there?
yeah, I'm definitely going to put the bullets in Harper's gun real quick.
After making a deal with the devil.
Okay, sweet.
I get cut to a dark room.
just make a spellcasting roll.
Yeah.
Made it.
So what does that look like? You're just running up the hallway behind him and touch his gun, or?
Did Harper run out the door?
Yeah, he's made his way up to Ellis at this point.
Then, yeah. Hey, boys, hold on. Here.
What?
All right, keep on going. Don't slow down.
Well, I was doing what?
Just keep going. And then if you're looking at him, he grabs a hold of your pistol and your hand and presses real hard against him. You feel like a warmth on your hand. And then I suppose as you like, it'll be probably part of your action as you're going to reload. Like you think there'll be 3 more bullets in there that you didn't put in there.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So just to be clear, Thaddeus used powerful devil magic derived from Manitou spirits to first pick up a wrench and smack 2 young boys. And then he used it to put some bullets into...
He sure did.
Okay.
A known murderer's
Here's
gun.
what Thaddeus didn't think about. You can't tell that the bullets are loaded until you drop them out of the pistol. So Harper's going to deload this
heavier.
entire gun.
You can tell the
Harper,
I don't
he can
think you-
feel the weight.
Yeah,
'cause
you know
Harper's-
the
I don't
weight.
think you
That's
would
like a
just
whole
know.
Harper
half-
can.
You would. Harper
Harper does.
Every time that Marshall, aka Thaddeus, doesn't explain what's going on,
That's a good
I'm gonna
point,
act
yeah.
like I don't know what's
Fair
going
enough.
I
on,
guess
which
that-
includes
yeah,
none of
mistake,
the
dude.
shit he does helps anybody.
No, that makes
Why
sense.
don't you
yeah.
trust
I'm
him,
gonna
dude?
keep
When has he ever
punishing him
led
until
you
he starts
astray?
telling me what's
Give it
going
once.
on.
He's always trying.
In the brief moment of time that the gunfire stops landing above Old Boots' head, he pops up quicker than an old man of his age should be able to do, and he smacks his fist 2 times on sort of this awning that's running over the section of the boats he's on, and a piece of metal falls outwards like a cabinet or like a toolbox opening up. And as he looks up, we see this shot of 8 shotguns lined up on the top of his boat. He grabs one filled with slugs, crouches down behind this cover, and then fires at the 5 guards attacking him.
Man, Old Boot's so fucking cool.
Yeah, Old Boot's way better than
I'm way
this.
more suspicious about who he is now.
He hits.
Of course he hits.
He doesn't kill one, though. That's unfortunate. Old Boot shoots, and then he, crouches down, puts his back against the cover, and the gunfire starts, and the camera pans, around him to look at Morbo just killing dudes. He's moving faster and faster the more that people are running and the more that people are screaming and dying, and those eyes are just smiling wider and wider as he tears them apart. Old Boot gets a 3 of diamonds, Thaddeus gets a queen of diamonds, Ellis gets a 10 of diamonds, Abel gets an ace of clubs, Harper, you get a king of clubs, and the guards get a 9 of clubs. Abel.
Harper, which way are we going?
We gotta go left here.
Left it is.
Harper, make a smarts roll.
Here we go.
This is because you rolled Snake Eyes last session. Several episodes
There we
ago.
go.
Look at that, blowing up a 6.
That's a 10, baby.
Oh, but
Smart
it's at
boy.
-12, right?
Harper's smart as fuck, dude.
It is in fact left, Harper. And with a raise, perhaps you can get there quicker. Where are you trying to get them to? The armory?
So I think first we need to get to Lucky. I want to let Lucky out and then hit the armory and loot on our way out.
We're looting the armory still? That's part of this?
I mean, we need to fucking get
You
some
do
gear
need
still.
a new duffel bag, I suppose.
Okay, I guess I don't know why I had you guys deal initiative, because I didn't introduce any new threats to you guys.
So this is just a shot of us running down the corridor, reloading guns as we go, strapping on belts as we're running down, and Harper frantically calling out directions, go left, go right, as the boys just kind of cascade and brush their way through, firing into the odd person that pops out of the doorway as we go by. And
I think the round we just dealt initiative for, it's exactly like you said, Abel. It's this montage through until you get to this area that they've started to carve out and hollow out. Perhaps it's almost reminiscent of a church, like they're building another chapel deeper, closer to the father's quarters. Because as he exits that door that Lucky is caught in, you see him enter this large chamber. Many of the members of the Upright Gang, in their zealot-like fanaticism, they've set up positions to defend themselves. There's scaffolding, there's places where they're supporting the roof, there's chisels and pickaxes and piles of rubble everywhere. And then coming off this, besides the hallway you're entering from, there's probably another one entering to some room that you're not familiar with. There's a total of 8 gang members in here in addition to the father. Abel, it's your turn first as you enter the room. On the other side is Father Jeremiah. It's a large room, so this whole thing's 20 squares, Abel.
Abel takes in the room real quick, and then carries on with his forward running momentum and drops to his knees and slides to a stop behind a pile of stones that have been carved out from this place. And then, really without much consideration to it, takes that pistol, rests it on top, and fires a shot at this guy. Ellis has previously told us how to dispatch a Harrowed, which is shoot it in the head. So I'm going to call that shot to the head.
-4, and then it's -1 from the range band, I think.
I did blow up
That's what I like to hear.
into a 10. -5, that's a 5. That's a hit. 2d6 plus 5. 9 damage. I'm going to use that red Benny to add a d6. I'm at 9 damage right now. 3. Puts me at a 12.
That's with a raise, so he's going to try and soak. He's blown up a 6 twice. He's soaked it. So I think maybe it doesn't quite hit his neck. It's a pierce through like his collarbone as he like grimaces, grabs it, and sort of flips in behind one of these like stone supports that's holding up this cavern. Next up then is Harper.
As soon as we came in this room, Harper just kind of stopped and is kind of taking stock of what's going on. Where are the nearest guards to us? How far out are they?
Probably like 8 squares away from you.
In that case, I'm going to take, with my freshly reloaded gun, I'm going to take 2 shots, which will be a total of 3 shooting die at a -2. But I'm going to get my +2 from marksman, so I'll be doing that at even.
And then -2 from cover.
2 hits. 5 on the first, or 6 on the first one.
Shaken.
Second one, I'm going to use a Benny to reroll that damage. 7 on the second.
Shaken as well. So you fire, not as steadily as you did before, although you've changed none of your technique. The bullets ping off with that like high-pitched sound that echoes in this cavern as the camera cuts to Thaddeus running behind you.
Thaddeus is charging in, and he brings up that wrench that he picked up, and I think he's going to try to club the first dude in on the left side of the door.
So you have to move 8.
So yeah, you have to move 8, so you'd have to make a running roll to get there.
And then that'll be multi-action penalty when I do the fighting roll, right?
Yep.
I
You
definitely
made it.
make it. And then my fighting is I
it
go to
again.
swing and
Add a blue.
a miss.
Ellis, you're
I'll leave
next.
it.
I'm going to ghost. So I'm going to have to make a spirit roll.
And you're going to be running this turn as well? What's your multi-action
that's
penalty
a-
on this?
Yeah, you're right. I probably should run, huh? So -2. Yeah, I got a 7. So it's
Awesome.
a success. And then I'll do my running dice.
2.
Only 2.
So
So
you-
that'll put me at 8.
Yeah, so you can make it. There's probably the 2 people Harper shot at are within range. They're not side by side, but they're probably within 6 yards of one another.
Well, I'm ghosted, so I can't affect anybody.
Sure.
I was just going to try and run through the door to get to Lucky.
Run in the middle of the room to draw fire.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
I can't make it through the door with 8, right? I'm just making
No.
it to the opposite side of the room.
No, you want to
No.
make to the opposite side. The opposite side's 20 squares.
You don't
Oh.
even make it halfway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my way then.
You're on
I'm
your
really
way.
going to make it.
The guards are pretty much the last people to go. Let's see, how many are going to shoot at Ellis? Probably an unbelievable amount. I'm going to roll 2d6 because you're presenting yourself to the center of the room. So 7 of them are going to fire. I'm going to roll 2 to recover from shaken. 2 people are still shaken. So 6 shots coming at Ellis. I'm not even going to roll for them because they can't affect you. So 6 of them fire at Ellis running
Unless
through this
they
room.
have magic bullets or something.
They don't have
Okay.
magic bullets.
Good.
Last up in this round is the father and Lucky. Lucky, the door is still a little bit cracked. You can hear the gunfire from the room beyond. Do you want to try to do anything, or are you good?
I imagine this cell is actually pretty sturdy, but I suppose I'm still going to just slam my body against it with all my strength. Try and pop this bad boy open.
All right, let's see it.
That's going to be a 3.
You slam at it fruitlessly as the father moves on the other side. We cut to the father and his wispy, balding head, his dead skin, as he draws the lady up in his hands and leans out from behind this pillar, and he's going to take a shot. Shooting at Abel. Abel's in cover, so he does not hit, but he's just going to add a d6. We got it.
And range penalty and dodge.
So he still misses because he added a d6, which rolled a 1. So the father reaches out, shoots lady at you. We cut to you behind cover as we deal into the next round. Thaddeus, you get a joker.
Barely missed me again.
Ellis gets a 6 of clubs. Abel gets a 7 of diamonds. Lucky, you get a 2 of clubs. Harper, you get a 9 of spades. Guards get a 9 of hearts, and I'm going to start dealing for the father separately. It's a 5 of diamonds
So Harper's going to stay in cover, and he's just going to take shots at those same 2 dudes.
that are shook.
See, now would be a good time to reload his gun after this round, Thaddeus. He's running out of ammo.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Nope. So I'm going to fucking use another white Benny to reroll. So a hit and a raise and a regular hit.
And these are the 2 shaken gang members. So you just need to do 5 damage. First one's dead.
8.
Second one's dead as well.
So I think, again, Ellis kind of flushes them from cover. They kind of take a step back, and Harper just has a good shot, and he manages to catch them both.
Yeah, I think you guys are all sort of like moving forward too, right? Like there's this momentum, there's this push forward.
Now that these 2 are down, Harper definitely moves up as close as he can without exposing himself, moving into some more cover.
Are there
Sweet.
pews and stuff in here yet, or is it still in the construction process?
Ooh,
Yeah, that'd be a cool image. Huh?
there are
Like,
pews,
documentary-
yeah. I like that. Ducking behind a pew. Thaddeus, you want to go or you want the guards to go?
Oh, I definitely don't want to let the guards go first. I'm going to go ahead and incur a multi-action penalty right quick because I'm going to go ahead and cast Sloth, Speed. And I'm going to do the speed version on myself and on my brother Harper. A5, sir.
Okay.
So I end up spending...
Yeah, you're spending a lot of PowerPoints.
I am
dude.
spending a lot of PowerPoints. But the both of us will now have -2 taken from our multi-action penalties. And for the next 5 rounds, you double your movement speed and your multi-action penalty. All of a sudden, everything starts slowing down for you, I think is how that works. Like, again, nothing really visible happens except for maybe you start to see that Thaddeus' hand is starting to like turn blackish almost as he keeps casting spells without cards. And then for Harper, it seems like everything starts to slow down.
All right. Well, the guards go.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I cast that, and so it negates the -2 to my multi-action penalty. So I'm definitely going to swing on that dude in front of me again.
Okay, cool.
So with the Jokers +2, I got a 9.
Hit with the raise.
And then what do you want to call the damage for this wrench? When I was using it with my spell, it was different.
D4 plus your strength.
Okay. 9.
You kill one.
So I clubbed this dude above the ear with this wrench. And I think I used the last little bit. I've got a bunch of movement, actually. So I'm going to fucking book it partway around the room. There's a bunch of scaffolding here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take some cover over on like the right side of the room.
The remaining 5 guards are going to open up, not at Ellis, but at the other people around the room. 2 at Abel, 2 misses, 1 at Harper, miss, 1 at Thaddeus, miss. Abel.
Abel has 5 rounds left in this cylinder, and he would also like to advance towards the father. As he leaps up and over the pile of rubble and runs forward to the next piece of cover, he's going to fan the hammer as he goes and blast off the other 5 rounds at these guys.
All right, let's see it. So that's at -4.
Took the fan the hammer feat a little
Oh,
while
you son of
ago,
a
so
bitch.
-2.
Perfect. And then they all have cover, so it's an additional -2. So just a flat -4 plus whatever you have.
Flat -4. All right, 9, 2. I'll write this down because I only have a few of these dice.
I can. 9, 2. Is these natural rolls or aftermath?
No,
So at -4, 1 hit. Yeah.
Dude, we have so many bennies. Do one.
yeah, I'll Benny it.
All right, let's see it again.
Okay, much better.
2 normal hits and 2 hits with raises.
First normal hit, 10 damage.
Dead.
Second normal hit, 8 damage.
Shaken.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds good.
34,
You killed 2.
and then 17.
So you're annihilating the whole room except the father and 1 shaken member. Ellis is running in front of you in the middle. You got 2 of your brothers flanking you.
And then dips into, like, just drops down behind the next pile of rocks as they're advancing.
The shot then, right, as you stand up, you fan it from the bottom, and we cut to their side, like we see the father in the center of the frame, and he's behind the pillar like a Matrix movie, as like the 4 guys sort of like fly back with their legs up in the air and slam into the dusty ground. Ellis.
He's pretty close to like the door still, right?
Yeah, he's 2 inches away from it. He's very
Okay,
close.
so I'm just gonna keep moving towards the door and make another running roll. All right, that's 4.
So you made it to the doorway.
I made it.
So that same shot of the father as he peeks around the corner, actually not the same shot. It cuts to like a side view of him at the pillar as there's this brief moment of silence. And as he looks around the corner, you zoom past him towards the door. As you stream past him, the father fuck, dude. He runs. He runs towards the door that everyone is coming through. He runs at the group, and he is probably firing at Abel. He barely misses you with a 3 since you got dodge. He fires a shot. I'm going to add a d6 because I'm a little bitch, which blows up.
Jesus.
So he hits with a raise, Isaac. And then he blows up one of his 6s. So this is 12, 19 damage.
Cool. Well, I'm going to soak that shit.
Cool. All right. Give me one of those bennies.
Yeah, I'm down to 2 white bennies left, and I'm going to roll Vigor and a Wild Die for this, right?
So you won't be incapacitated if you fail. You'll just take 3 wounds.
7 and a 2, so...
So you take 2 wounds.
2 wounds. That's shit.
That is shit.
Okay.
Then maybe if we can alter this shot a little bit, instead of you kneeling down, right? Like you clear the room, stand there for a minute, and then just one straight in the chest, you know? And then he cocks the hammer back as he's walking towards you and just like gnashing his teeth. And he's got this mean expression on his face. Lucky, it's your turn.
Do I see Ellis?
He's in the doorway.
I'm just peeking my head.
Yeah, I know. What it
Hello.
says. Yeah, miss me. Fight's over next round, right? Like, there's no fucking chance.
We're just going to deal the father. Father gets a joker.
Oh, shit.
Of course.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Father gets a choker. I was hoping to just end the round easy, but it's
Wait a
not going to
minute.
be that
He's
way.
got to make me
He's a
roll.
fucking Haro. This
Oh, shit. Yeah.
could be really dope.
Well, he's going to make an opposed spirit roll against his Manitou.
Real quick, has he had any wounds yet?
He has no wounds.
No wounds.
He rolls, and his Manitou gets it.
Oh, shit.
He stops in the middle of the room, decocks the gun, spins it incredibly dexterously for such an old man, and then drops it on the ground.
Whoa, boys. I didn't do any of this shit. I'm very valuable to you. I don't care about this body. Fuck whoever this guy is. Listen, I can stay this way forever.
The fuck are you? Abel is bleeding, dropping the revolver, starting to like pull the shotgun off the sling where it's on his back.
I've scammed 200 people here for the last 3 years. I'm incredibly valuable to you. You have a vendetta against this guy, fine.
Harper takes a shot. I'm gonna make
No,
a,
you can't yet. We're doing initiative, dude.
I guess
If
you're
you're gonna
right.
do a whole
We gotta do
monologue,
it.
if
Yes,
Harper's
you're
gonna
right,
take
yeah.
a shot.
I guess you're right. Let's steal initiative. Highest of you guys is Thaddeus.
Thaddeus will start closing in on the priest.
Well, you better start talking fast. I'm sure my brothers ain't patient.
What do you want to know?
Why we should keep you alive?
And Thaddeus is going to attempt to grapple this dude.
Yeah, you can just grab him.
Just want to kind of pin him down and make it a little easier for him.
Abel?
Abel is obviously hurting from this gunshot, but has the shotgun slung down now and takes a step forward and almost like jabs it into the stomach of this creature. The fuck did you do to Lucky?
Whatever the priest did, I wasn't a part of it.
I had to paint this place with your guts.
I didn't enter the picture till he came back. Whatever he did, I don't know. It's the first time I've met him.
Lucky, you back there?
Yeah, I'm back here.
You all right?
No, I'm in a cell.
Ellis.
I'm just gonna go start attacking the shit out of him, non-lethal.
You got a gang up bonus.
And he's pinned down, apparently. I just want to completely disable him. I want to snap his legs at his knees. I want to snap his arms at his elbows.
Jesus Christ.
And then, I don't know, what kind of rolls do we have to do for that?
I don't think you'd have to roll it, but I think you could get 3 of those snapped before Harper goes. So it's just like this sickening, dry crack as you're just like smacking his bones.
His bones and muscles, yeah. I'm just trying to rip them apart, yeah.
Okay. Harper, they have the father mostly disabled.
The father is probably crumpling to the ground at this point with his, legs broken and one of his arms broken. Harper looks like he's doing a steady walk, but with Thaddeus's magic, it's like unnaturally fast. He's moving way faster than he should be, and he just kind of approaches the father and then kind of looks down at him. And as he pleads, Harper just quickly draws the gun out of his shirt and pulls the trigger.
Don't you do it.
He just shoots him right in the head.
Bullet goes through his head, hits the dust on the other side.
That wasn't your fight, Harper.
The body falls to the ground and Harper drops the pistol, and you can see engraved along the barrel it says God's plan.
On second thought, Abel turns around and puts a shotgun blast in the head.
Okay.
just to confirm.
Yeah. Got to double tap.
Yeah.
I don't know. We never fought a Harrow before. I'm a little nervous. I like the God's Plan line, but I'm a little nervous.
Thank you for listening to Sounds Like Crows. If you like the show, the best thing you can do for us is tell a friend about us or leave us a rating and a review on iTunes. Thaddeus Crow was played by Marshall Sims, who can be found on Twitter at Mr. Malicious1. Abel Crow is played by Isaac Sunstead at Abel the Crow. Ellis Crow is played by Alex Horrell at Alex Horrell. Lucky was portrayed by Cameron Day, who can be found on our patron-exclusive Discord server. Harper Crow was played by Cameron Reed at CJReed211. I'm Caleb Sunstead, your host and game master, and I can be found on Twitter at MarshallCaleb. See you next Monday.